Billy Carson has made a response video to his debate with Wes Huff, and well, there's a lot to unpack here. The reason this matters is because Billy has a big following and has been going on for years, completely unchallenged, spreading false information on the Bible and Christianity.
You happen to stumble into one of the world's foremost experts on biblical texts, the Torah, the ancient tablets in the world. That's who you're talking to right now.
So Billy responded to this debate on a video on his YouTube channel, which we can now see has been made private, once again highlighting the hilarious fact that the only forbidden knowledge in Billy's world is when the information exposes his lies. I'm not surprised that Billy put this video on private, because the entire video, which was over an hour long, was just him giving excuse after excuse as to why he did so bad in the debate. The main thing that he talks about is how he was supposedly really sick before going into this debate. He also makes some just completely outlandish absolute lies about Wes Huff, saying that he was messing with his video connection and also using ChatGPT to answer questions, which we'll actually see looks like something that Billy was actually doing during the debate.
I just got the IV bandage out. I was in the hospital with a severe case of pneumonia, and that pneumonia was so severe that it literally almost killed me. I didn't know I was going over there to do this kind of debate. I thought we were having a casual conversation on spirituality, and I wasn't really even fully in my right mind. I just almost died a few days before going to his house, literally.
If Billy was incredibly sick before the debate, we of course hope and pray that he's doing better. It's just weird that he uses this as seeming like it's an excuse as to why he did so bad. His wife and another lady also put out a video continuously talking about how sick Billy was and making it seem like that's why he did so bad in this debate.
This is him over there. Look at his arm during the debate. Look at his arm. He just got out of the hospital. Look at his arm. He had just got out of the hospital.
How can a person fully function? Do you understand how the brain operates? He couldn't even breathe. They talked about him almost dying and all this other stuff. And then you want to put out a video about a debate? You debating a dead man, bro.
These arguments that Billy made against Christianity in this debate are things that he's been saying for years. This cannot be attributed to some lapse of understanding due to his recent sickness.
Never got crucified. As a matter of fact, the Sinai Bible,
Jesus was crucified. Well, that doesn't exist in the Sinai Bible.
the Sinai Bible.
The Sinai Bible.
But then you go to the Sinai Bible. In the Sinai Bible,
And the Sinai Bible. According to the Sinai Bible, Jesus wasn't crucified in that Bible.
It's also interesting that Billy Carson claims to be God himself. He claims that he has God in him, that we are all God, and he actually has the awakening of Christ in his own mind. And if he actually believes that Jesus was a healer and Billy has ascended to this level of awakening, how does Billy get so sick?
I tell people I am God, and God is me. That we're all God. Everyone has the power of Christ inside of them. It's about Christ consciousness.
Besides Billy's constant reminder that he was so sick, he randomly goes on to flex about how wealthy and rich he is and how it's somehow connected to how bad he did in this debate. I think what's actually happening here is he's subconsciously letting it out to the public that he's so worried that this forbidden knowledge empire that he's built is actually built on a foundation of lies, and he's scared that he might lose it.
I get back to the house, I'm extremely pissed off and angry. I can barely breathe. I normally take the elevator upstairs when I was sick in my house. I normally take the elevator up, but I was so pissed off, and I took the staircase up to the loft where my wife was sitting, drinking a shake at the table, a smoothie or something. His wife is in the kitchen, heating some food up that she got from our chef. Our chef became their chef. The next thing I know, video's out. I'm actually sleeping in my movie theater in my house. I have a movie theater. I'm sleeping in the movie theater.
Come on,
I kind of
Billy.
passed out watching the game that
Come on, Billy, with the flex.
Now let's look at two of the absolutely ridiculous claims and just outright lies that Billy said against Wes Huff in the debate, trying to discredit him. The first one is that Wes was purposely disconnecting his video to not respond to Billy's questions.
This is bullcrap. And I said, Mark, this is garbage, man. What you guys, this is a setup. This is ridiculous. Every time I have something to say, he's disconnecting. Man, I can see him literally disconnecting his video manually.
Billy also came up with this ridiculous lie that he saw Wes looking up answers on ChatGPT. I think Billy forgets that the entire debate is actually posted online, and of course Wes is never seen doing this.
And only one time I got to ask a couple of questions. I could see him on his screen on ChatGPT trying to look for the answer real quick. He gives some roundabout, ridiculous answer.
It's actually kind of funny, and we'll see maybe why Billy had this ridiculous ChatGPT thing in his mind in the first place, because we can look up and see a moment in the interview when Billy is doing damage control in response to Wes exposing his lies. Billy's looking up stuff on his phone and he sets it in front of the camera, and it actually looks like he has the ChatGPT app pulled up on his phone.
Knowledge that I know, like when I really studied all this, what I thought was interesting about the Bible was how many like different eyewitness. I studied C.S. Lewis back in the day, how many different eyewitnesses and stuff there were, and they went on purpose to mention so many other names. Where was that piece
I found
discovered?
the text where I was referencing, actually, I was misquoted. I misquoted there. It's the Gospel of Barnabas.
In Billy's response video, he brings up the Sinai Bible once again, which Wes completely proved that Billy doesn't have that much knowledge on that subject.
Its text of the Gospels reads almost identical to the modern Greek text that we develop translations from. When you say that it denies the crucifixion or that the crucifixion isn't there, I mean, I can go on right now, Codex Sinaiticus, and I can look up Matthew 27. Where it has Jesus being crucified, and that's in Codex Sinaiticus or John 19 or any of the other ones. So my confusion is that it doesn't read any differently.
Where was that piece
I found
discovered?
the text where I was referencing, actually, I was misquoted. I misquoted there. It's the Gospel of Barnabas.
The references Billy made in his response to the Sinai Bible were to try and show that some of the information is missing from the current Bible. He brings up the longer ending of the book of Mark, detailing the post-resurrection appearance of Jesus is absent, the account of the woman caught in adultery is not included, and the phrase "and was carried up into heaven," describing Jesus' ascension, is missing. Billy did this in an attempt to act like he knows what the Sinai Bible says, but I think maybe he forgot that the point he brought up to Wes and on multiple different podcasts was that the Sinai Bible doesn't mention the crucifixion, which Wes very clearly proved it definitely does. The reason this is also important is because Billy uses these claims that he brings up to try to disprove the Bible and Christianity and that Jesus isn't real.
This religion has got to come to an end because it's a farce. And I'm telling you right now, the Christians on this planet are responsible for half the problems we got.
Wes explained on the Capturing Christianity YouTube channel why it's so important that these lies that Billy spreads about biblical history and biblical manuscripts and kind of all ancient history be exposed.
Like, I think in his mind, he's like, you know, okay, I might have got this stuff wrong, but you know, there's so much other stuff that I talk about that is way more important. And I think what he fails to realize in that is that if he's this wrong on this, it just casts a complete shadow on everything else he's talked about. Because if he cannot get any facts, I'm not talking about
basics.
I have never heard him say something accurate about church history, the Bible, Christianity. I honestly haven't, and I'm not being hyperbolic there. I had a list of things that I wanted to talk to Billy about because he just does not get anything right. And so if all of those things are wrong, of course it compromises his whole thing about, you know, aliens, Anunnaki, ancient history, all of that stuff.
The lies that Billy has been spreading are being exposed, which in itself actually proves the Bible to be true. The Bible tells us that God will not be mocked, all darkness and lies will be brought to light, and that pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall.
I'm on their tongue and their lips every minute of the day. When they go to sleep, they dream about me. When they wake up, the first thing they do before they kiss their wife or their boyfriend, they talk about me. They post me and call my name 24 hours a day, nonstop.
God is willing to save anyone who turns back to him and accepts his son Jesus Christ which is the only way to salvation. Anyone who rejects him is operating in the spirit of Antichrist. I hope this experience will lead Billy Carson to Jesus and that he will accept him as Lord. Therefore, he is also able to save to the uttermost those who come to God through him, since he always lives to make intercession for them.